machine.
Yeah, we're getting into draft right now. And I see instantly George Foreman Grill was like, nope, no Samira. We're gonna ban Samira. So awesome. That's very smart. Thank you for banning Samira. Although we also see Gangplank and Zyra being banned on the side of Casually Reformed. So
Yeah,
I think it'll be pretty much the same. And
same
we see,
band so far.
yeah,
Yeah.
Caitlyn coming out again. Um, and the Instalock set coming out from George Foreman Grill. So they're definitely going to be changing things up this game.
Yeah, I really like the set by George Foreman Grill. Set is great because not as a first pick, because not only can you flex him into 4 different positions, thanks for that, Riot. He can also he's great at disrupting team fights just in general. If you have a plan for your team fight, Set can be so useful in just like disrupting that completely, whether it's ulting someone or flash ulting someone close to your team or flash ulting the flank out. But as a result, it is going to be Royal on his signature Mordekaiser mid and Sean back on his Sejuani.
Yeah, I've had nightmares of Royals Mordekaiser.
It's
Um,
horrifying.
it is very scary, and I remember even last season the amount of clips I had of him just like dumpstering kids. Like it was crazy. Like this guy's so good at Mordekaiser, and this is very scary. So I'm excited to see this Mordekaiser, but we see Xerath coming out again for George Foreman and Swain, which is interesting. I have not seen a Swain in a long time.
I'm thinking it's leaning towards a Swain support right now.
Is that
Swain
a thing?
support, yeah, and it's really stupid, and I hate it. And I'm gonna try not to get emotional and mad at George Foreman's grill, but there's no promises. Swain support, for everyone that doesn't know, and for MEL as well, is that it is so strong in lane. You take electrocute, you land, your E's are very hard to dodge when you can walk so far up because you have the pressure of the other person, and your combos with electrocute deal about 40% of someone's HP on a 12-second cooldown. So very hard to deal with. And they do ban out the Pantheon sport, which I think is a big one. Uh, the sub for Casual Reformed was so good on the Pantheon with his ults and just being where he needed to be. So I do like the picks and bans so far by both teams, as it is going to be a double 80 carry focus ban for the side of Casual Reformed.
Yeah, I really like even these bans coming out. You're banning out Kaisa and Ashe. You don't want that hard CC coming out from Ashe again, even though like while some of the ultimates did hit, they just weren't as I don't think Ashe was the right pick in that last composition. And we see Morgana banned and even the Pantheon to making sure that they don't have that Pantheon that could basically one shot the AD carry. I'm surprised to see a Jhin pick. I'm not too sure how strong Jhin is right now, but to see, if you're saying like what you're saying is with Swain being pretty busted right now in that bot lane, if it goes to support, it's gonna be a little scary maybe for him. But we see Maokai coming out, which I'm hoping will be top lane. But hey, we've seen Maokai support too, like one-shotting people. Like just we've seen a lot of crazy stuff. So I don't even know what to expect right now. Although
Yeah.
they did pick up a Lucian, and when I haven't seen Lucian in a long time. Like even in solo queue, I don't see much Lucian play. What do you think about it?
Lucian bot lane is pretty uncommon. We've seen him transition a little bit more into a mid laner. But even still, with Lucian Swain, you can so easily get those advantages that you need for the or that you need in order to make Lucian a viable threat in the game. And Casual Reform did leave their last pick to a support counter pick. But in terms of Casual Reform team comp, unless we see something really weird here, they don't have a lot of damage on their team. What?
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 Why? Why? No. What?
What?
Okay.
No.
What is this game? Okay. Number one, oh my. Okay. So where do I start? Okay, so George Foreman, is it an Ornn? Like, is Ornn going top?
Yeah, I think it's Ornn top, Set jungle.
Okay.
I guess Xerath mid, and then Lucian Swain bot, and then I guess it's Jhin support. No, wait, yes, or is it Jhin? Is it Vayne mid with Jhin? It might be Vayne mid, or no, is it Vayne top? Yeah, with Maokai support,
Uh,
which
I don't know.
I guess it has to be that. And honestly, I don't hate it too much because now they do have the ability to kill tanks and kill these high HP targets that we're seeing on George Foreman's. But uh, so definitely an interesting comp by the side of Casual Reform. This is something. This is a comp I don't think we've seen before. We got like 2 tanks, 1 utility 80 carry, then 1 Mordekaiser, and then 1 hyper carry in the vein. So
I don't know how
definitely,
I yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Um,
yeah, this is some experimental comps right here. I like it.
Vayne is my favorite AD carry, but I like her as AD carry. I don't really like her in another lane. And I also think that she's so vulnerable early game. I know they made some changes to her to make her a little bit better in the last couple patches. I haven't played League in 3 months. Please forgive me. Um, but yeah, like I like her when she's with a support. She thrives so well when she has like a good supportive team around her. Now again, it could be a Vayne top. It could even be I mean honestly, I don't even know because we've seen Mordekaiser top, we've seen Maokai top. We've seen
Mm.
Mordekaiser mid. I've even seen Maokai mid. I've seen Maokai support. I've seen Jhin mid. I've seen Vayne mid. I don't know what the thinking is behind it. Maybe they're even styling. I'm not too sure, but I like Vayne when she's with when like she has supporters, she's supported by her team, and hopefully we see if this is a Vayne top that Sejuani is gonna pay a lot more attention to top lane to really get Vayne ahead because she's pretty useless if like you don't really do much with her or she just continuously dies top. Again, I don't know. Looking at it right now, yeah, it is gonna be a Vayne top. Um,
All right, yeah.
I mean,
Get some
sure.
confirmation on that. And that doesn't it's definitely a weird team, but they scale incredibly well.
Yeah.
You know, you have like they have like everything on their team. Like they have a lot of damage, or they have they have this like huge tank shredding with Vayne. They have a lot of engage and just overall utility with Malachi Jin and Sejuani. They have a lot of beefy frontliners with Mordekaiser and Malachi. So they have a lot to work with. They scale incredibly well. It's just not a traditional team comp that we've seen. I think any team play. So it's Casual Reformed must have practiced something like this beforehand. They clearly know what they're doing if they're going to be so bold as to pick this up. But as I say that, we're just going to get into our quick competitive integrity break as we wait for everyone to get into game. So please don't go anywhere, and we will see you there. All right, welcome back, everyone, as we get into game 2 of George Foreman's Grill versus Casually Reformed. On the red side, we have George Foreman's Grill, or on the blue side, rather, we have George Foreman's Grill. On the red side, we do have Casually Reformed. I'm going to ask Mel for you to do the names again, because once again, my quality is too bad to see them for some reason. So, Mel, take it away.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay, so on the side of George Foreman, we have Nagster in the top lane, we have Arvida in the jungle, Lucan in mid, Zizzers and Bog in the bot lane. And then on the side of Casually Reformed, we have no idea on the signature Vayne top lane. We have Sean in the jungle, Royal in mid, and Wheelie and whatever Vayula
Is it
something.
violation?
Maybe, but it's not felt that way, and I don't, and it's bothering me. It violation. That doesn't even look that. It doesn't look violation. It looks like violation. That's what it looked like. Is no one else like agreeing with me? Like,
No,
please.
I'm with you. We
It
should
does,
get
yeah.
everyone in Twitch chat donate to the Manitoba Esports League so we can get our players into second grade spelling so they can spell violation right. As we start off this game, we have Sean starting off on the blue side, blue side or the bot side for his blue buff, and we have Arvida starting out blue on his set support. Same buffs, but different paths for our junglers.
Like some names are so easy. Royal, right? Royal is so easy. Doesn't have, wheelie is so easy. But then you have like
Yeah.
some weird like gibberish. And I can't I don't know. Maybe it is violation. But it doesn't, it's confusing to the average reader.
Yes.
And
I'm dyslexic. I don't need this. I can barely read your names normally. They're already moving. Stop doing this to us.
yeah.
Um,
This is my
no,
my only gripe about about this game is like I can't even pronounce his name. This
uh,
guy right here. Yeah.
he has a violation by making that his name.
It is a violation. We need to put that in the rules next season.
Yeah. Make your
Violation.
names make your names legible. Remember last season with the jungler 986 or whatever it was? No, that guy
We
too.
can put that
They're on
there.
a list now.
Wait,
As
what?
I say this, Hand of Noxus comes out with a trying to flash to rearrange it. By Bog, but Bog is dog, but a flash stun, double stun by Arvida is gonna force the flash out uh, um of the Jin and of the Maokai, but both of them are gonna just barely escape with their lives.
Yeah, I mean they burnt a lot of okay. Both sides burnt a lot of summoners. Wheelie has no summoners right now, which is huge. They're gonna easily be able to come back here in the bot lane and be able to kill him again, or try and kill him. But they did burn a lot of summoners there, and I mean, again, decent trade. But the fact that Swain doesn't have any summoners right now, I think is a little crucial because if you get Sean
Oh,
in the bot lane, who's actually a top lane right now,
Swain's
doing some good
going
damage.
top. Sean went topside, yeah, just forcing the flash at a Nagster. Wasn't too dangerous for him though. He's just gonna go right back to CSing.
But still
Um,
a really good flash though, because
yeah.
now Ornn is very vulnerable in the top lane.
Mm.
And I love this aggression that we've seen from Sean in both games on the Sejuani. He's kind of been all over the map, still farming up, doing his job, but also being fairly aggressive, trying to help his team get kills. And the CC from Sejuani is pretty huge, especially when you have targets that either don't have summoner spells right now, or are just g- genuinely vulnerable, like how we saw last game with the Ashe or the Seraph, and now with potentially the Swain who has no summoners, could be an easy target, and also just coming in the top lane with Ornn and trying to snowball this Vayne.
Yeah, Vayne is so scary for the Ornn now because without the flash, the Nagster always has to be careful. Speaking of careful, they're gonna go aggressive onto Wheelie now, but what they don't know is that our Vita is just there, and they're gonna get the first blood onto the side of Zizzers. But as I say that, Royal is going onto Lucan. Lucan very waiting on the E. Flash forward by Sean's gonna get the slow, but they're just gonna back up because they um, that set is there as the stun lands onto him. Arvida is going to continue forward. Swain W is going to go just wide as Sean now running in the wrong direction is going to try to take the blast going out, but no, just jukes the other way, juking my commentary as well as the other team, as it does look like he's going to get to safety after taking a little bit more poke from Xerath.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that looking at the bot lane, you saw that bot lane is very vulnerable with Wheelie with no summoners. You also had Maokai with no summoners, and they end up picking up that kill and getting first blood for Zizzers, which is really huge. Zizzers also ahead in farm as well, knowing that Wheelie has to play a little bit far behind. But then you see Sean kind of going a little aggressive, flashing forward, and then realizing, oh, there's a set here as well, and then trying to like turn that around and ends up getting out, but that is a flash burned for Sean, and so we're gonna have to see if they're able to capitalize on that. And yeah, I would really love to see a lot of early dragon control from the side of George Foreman. I think they have pretty decent composition early. And I'd like to see them be more aggressive with that vision and also with, landing those CC abilities to try and get Jin maybe or to get Sean now that he doesn't have Flash and really try and secure those early dragons, which definitely helped casually reformed, although they did have a different composition and they were, ahead in some ways. But I mean, dragons always help your team regardless.
Yeah. Absolutely, and so there hasn't been any drags taken this game, but with all the activity bot lane that we've been seeing with Arvida coming twice, and now another Hand of Noxus landing onto Violation as the Ignite falls down, and then soon to fall after is Violation himself. Now they're going aggressive onto Wheelie, but Sean is here. Shroud comes in, Teleport comes in for the side of Nexter, and opposite comes in from no idea. Ornhorn comes down right after Wheelie's fallen. Second hit lands onto Sean. Knockup lands onto Sean as well as Rise of the Arcane comes down. He's stealing more kills. It's going to be a triple
What?
or quadra kill for the side for Zizzers. As this Lucian is 5-0 just a few minutes into the game, a nightmare for
Oh
Casual
my.
Reformed.
Well, this is again, this is the complete opposite from what we saw last game, where we saw Casual Reformed. They had a pretty early aggressive team. They had a lot of CC. They had a lot of mobility. They pretty much went all in. On George Foreman, and they paid the price when they had some champions that did not really have a lot of escape, or they had to burn summoners early. Wheelie just got his flash up just now, and you see how vulnerable a Jin with no summoners behind in farm, and now very behind in the fact that Scissors has 5 kills and got a quadra kill. But yeah, you just see that aggression coming out early, which is exactly what George Foreman needed to do, and continuously needs to do. You also got the teleport from the Vayne, who did
Well, but
absolutely nothing there.
Royal onto Lucan is going to put him in the Death Ward and force the Flash out. Flash comes by Royal. That swing is going to go wide, but Lucan already so low, no Flash available, and is just going to go down to the passive. A solo kill by Royal, burning both stuns in the process. But what he needed, he needs to get all the advantages he can in order to even stand a chance against this incredibly fed Lucian now.
Yeah, there's not really much, in my opinion, that you can do in this lane anymore. You just have to try and farm up, try and stay safe. But when you have a vulnerable support or AD carry, especially with the
Oh,
amount of damage, like
Violation gets grabbed. He's going to force the flash out right away. Ultimate comes down by Bog. He's going to go golden as Zizzers continues on to Wheelie. Culling comes out. Not going to barely be able to take down Wheelie, but now Violation in a bad spot. Going to force the flash out of Bog. Twisted Advance comes in, and he is going to end up taking the kill onto Bog. So Bog just got pogged on by Violation, as it looks like it's going to be George Foreman Grill looking for the first Infernal Drake of the game.
yeah, and a complete turnaround from what we saw last game. Like I said earlier, they have dragon control. They're setting up some good vision. They're being aggressive in the bot lane. And you're seeing Scissors playing much better and feeling a lot more comfortable on the Lucian than on the Ashe last game. So I'm really happy to see this. I'm just so confused at the Maokai pick. Like maybe they just wanted a form of CC in some fashion, but I don't think it's
Oh,
good.
as Rise of the Arcane goes down to try to hit Wheelie, Violation is going to come in. Deadly Flourish is going to miss. Lucan's going to walk out, but even still, Wheelie not being able to do a lot in this lane is just getting blown up by even people that aren't his lane opponents. Very far behind compared to Zizzers, obviously.
Yeah, I'm also really interested to see what the Maokai ends up building. Um, as a support main, I love to be incredibly supportive of the of the item builds I go.
Mm,
And that's why like I love to see the Mikhails, the Redemption, the I love seeing like, even on tank supports to get you know
Knight's
anything to,
Vow.
yeah, Knight's
Shirelli
Vow or
is.
yeah, and that's a lot of damage
Oh,
from that
yeah.
sapling. But yeah, no, I'm curious to see what Maokai decides to build in this game, because when you have a team that again is in your face. You have a Lucian that is 6-0 and a Swain that is definitely going to be going AP and doing a lot of damage and being able to CC you in fights. You need essentially a cleanse, or you need something that's going to get you out of that. And I'm hoping to see something, supportive
Yeah.
towards that within the game, but we'll have to see exactly what Maokai decides to build, or how even how Wheelie decides to go forward with maybe getting more of a supportive a supportive AD carry item. We'll have to see. But again, it's just from I don't think that if I'm not mistaken, is it Spectre's Cowl? My
Yeah.
Yeah,
I I'm
I don't think that's a good first item, but that's just me. I could be completely wrong. I don't play Maokai support, but
No one
um
does.
no.
Uh, no,
Well,
no, you're.
violation
Oh,
does
his first
clearly.
tower is gonna go down for Royal as he is gonna ult onto Arvida. He's just gonna keep smacking him. Arvida getting very low. Swing comes out. He's gonna
Ooh.
flash away as Lucan is on his way. Gonna Stone Cold Steve Austin him back, but Royal walking forward. Rise of the Arcane's gonna come up. First one's not gonna be dodged. Second one's gonna be dodged. But now Sean is here. He's gonna juke back into it, but it's not gonna be taken down. Bog now putting the ult. Twisted Advance goes in onto Bog. You can see Negster taking out Royal in the mid lane as Bog going down, but not quite. He's going to end up taking down. Now it's just Sean available with Lucan and Negster there. No idea. Still top lane. Flash comes out from both of them, but the Q from Xerath just goes wide. A 2-for-1 across the map for the side of George Foreman Grill. And I'm going to go ahead and say Spectre's Cowl is probably not what you want to be buying into the 7-0 Lucian. At the time, it was only 6-0, so I guess, but we see why there. Violation not tanky at all against this Lucian.
Yeah, I don't like that build. I really don't. And I don't think it's an effective pick personally. But hey, personal preference. Some people like to play unconventional things and build unconventionally, and sometimes it works out. And you could be completely wrong. But I just don't think it works here, especially because Lucian is 7-0, and there's no end of sight for anyone killing him unless unless for if Royal uses his
Oh,
ultimate on him.
Lucan's coming up to no idea. The relentless charge lands onto no idea. Ult comes out. He's gonna auto him, but the stun lands onto no idea. He's gonna stun Lucan right back. Very few HP. Cutlass comes out to try to get. Got a shot. Oh, but just wide. Now Sean's here to the rescue. Knight in shining armor, but Lucan's going aggressive still. Sean gonna bully him off though, and Lucan not gonna care too much. Royal now taking the enemy's jungle. One great spot for the side of Casual Reform, though, despite the travesty that's happening in the bot lane, is Royal's been a monster. He's gone first tower. He's solo killed him once. He's 20 CS up still. So looks like it's going to be a good old fashioned carry off this game between Zizzers and Royal. But so far, Zizzers is doing a better job.
Well, and this is why you'd never give Royal his signature champion of Mordekaiser. He just whenever he plays that champion, I've never seen him do poorly on it. He always is aggressive in lane. He's always being proactive with his team. He's roaming with his jungler. He's getting down vision. He's one-shotting people. He's putting out so much damage. And late game, there's just no one that could really destroy him. Obviously, we see a little bit of a different story in this game because Lucian is 7-0 and up in CS.
Oh, and a flash forward by Violation with Twisted Advance. Ult comes out by him. Zizzer's gonna get Death Realmed as well as bursted out. Culling goes down onto Royal. Violation now, but Zizzers is just gonna get deleted. Violation falls down shortly after. Sean coming in from the side. Rise of the Arcane coming, but the sun's gonna go onto Bog. It's just Arvida left, and a huge counterplay as the ult gets taken out. A huge counterplay to stop the one of George Foreman Grill by the side of Casual Reformed.
And as I say that, well, Zizzers is 7-0. Zizzers now dies, and that's a lot of gold that's going over to Royal now to get that huge shutdown, and they're able to pick up this ocean Drake unless Lucan decides to
Sean's gonna, yeah.
unless he decides to steal it, the signature steal, which does not happen. I always get excited for that, and then it never happens.
One
But
day.
yeah, that's such a big shutdown for Royal. He is such a beast. I think he right now he would be the only one that would be able to kill Lucian, which ultimately is the big gonna be ultimately the big carry for George Foreman. They're gonna have to really protect him at all costs, but
Mm.
we'll really have to see in these later fights if they are able to maintain that they you know a potential lead but right now they've been able to secure only one Drake. They're pretty even in CS, even though they're only up by two kills, but we do see some movement here in the ball lane. I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to do anything here, but um I'm just I don't want to go and face up against this Mordekaiser, man. Like, this guy is just gonna ult you and you're dead and you can't do anything, and it's honestly one of the more irritating ultimates.
Yeah,
And look how much damage he's
y-
doing
yeah,
to
just
the Orin. It's just
ults him right away, but he's looks like he somehow canceled the ult. But Negs are going down now. But even as it comes down, it's a double kill for Royal as Wheelie's just working on clearing the waves now. It doesn't even look like they're necessarily going to get the tower, even with Lucan coming down and committing the Eye of the Arcane. Really great play by the side of Casual Formed. They're now up 1,000 gold after losing a quadra kill at about 4 minutes. Um,
I'm
sh-
really surprised that they decided to go or that they were even in that position. They had no vision in that area within their blue side. They also like there was no real reason to be there. Maybe they wanted to contest Rift Herald. Maybe that was the case.
but
But
Lucan was bot lane. Like,
yeah, and that's why I'm just a little confused as to why they wanted to push up there. Like, now they're going to be able to get that top lane tower. Casual Form's going to pick up even more gold now. But still, I don't really think there's a reason for you to be there. And I mean, Royal picks up 2 kills. Like, he's so fed right now. It's getting out of control.
oh, now they're going on to No Idea. No Idea is going to hit them with a condemn. Call of the Forge God is going to line up for Lucan. Lucan's going to be able to pick his first up of the game, so it's a nice pick for the side of George Foreman's grill. But No Idea does have TP. He just finished his Bork now, so hopefully he's going to be able to solo lane a little bit better against Nagster. But as this game continues, there's not going to be really a way that anyone can solo lane against No Idea. He's just going to be able to 1v1 everyone, especially these big tanks like the Set, like the Swain, like the Orin. So a little bit of a timer for the side lanes on George Foreman.
Yeah, I mean, I, I mean, it's kind of tough to really say like where George Foreman kind of goes from here. Like, yes, they're shutting down the vein. Vein is I don't want to say it's irrelevant, but like it's not really doing all too much. But
Mm.
they're gonna have to find a way to shut down the Mordekaiser or to make sure that Lucian is really well protected. And if he can't be well protected, that you're at least allowing Xerath to put out the damage that he needs to put out to stop um Royal or Wheelie. Both of these players have been really consistent over the course of this season, even last season in their respective teams that they were on. They have good communication. They know these champions decently well, especially Royal on this Mordekaiser, where he's just a beast, and I
Oh,
don't expect
speaking of
bad.
Royal being a beast, coming with the Giga flank. Ooh, nice unstoppable to block the grass. But the flash by both of them is gonna come out as well as the Death Word. Royal completely unstoppable on this 6-1 monster, just walking straight through tower. But Lucan's got something to say. No Idea has like a counter rebuttal as the 3 hits are gonna go and flash by Lucan, but a flash over by No Idea. It's gonna be a solo kill by No Idea onto the Lucan. Now there no one bot side to stop this. Everyone else is at Dragon. Casual Form is looking to give up Dragon now, but even still, they're going to take 2 kills in a tower fort on the top side.
Again, kind of I'm kind of confused as to why Lucan decided to be there. He had no vision. He pushed up and he saw that Royal was there and that Vayne was there. Maybe he thought that he could get He could get a stun onto
Mm.
the Vayne and then one-shot her, but that
As
just wasn't the case.
as this happens, the Wrath of Nature comes out, stunning up Bog. Bog taking a little bit low. Wheelie's trying his best to kite back. Bog going golden, but now Violation's gonna be tracked in the alcove, going down. The culling comes down, but the Tiki beat comes into no idea. Wheelie comes out with the Kern call. Oh, that was Nagster's teleport. My mistake. As Eye of the Arcane comes down, not just barely being able to kill Wheelie, as it's going to be a TP down and a 1-for-0 for the side of George Foreman's grill as they look to take this dragon.
I think that was the right play. I mean, they got Wheelie really low. I think they should have killed him. I think it would have been worth maybe a little bit more.
Oh,
They still
nope.
secure the dragon, which is really good, and they get the kill on the Maokai. But again, they burnt a lot for that. They even used the teleport for Ornn. I don't
And the
really
teleport for Lucan.
I don't think that was necessary,
Yeah.
personally, but I don't want to say it's overkill, but I just think that they were maybe really desperate into getting that dragon and seeing if they can get ahead in some way, because even though they are even right now in terms of kills, they're still down by a little bit. So yeah, I'm so interested in this adaptive helm for Maokai. I I mean,
Well, it's good against Swain, and like only Swain, I guess.
yeah, there just needs to be more. Again, I say anything. It's like
In,
supportive items. I appreciate them more on supports, to be supportive for your team, because that is what you do. And to see that, I don't think is helpful for Wheelie or helpful for his team or even for the Vayne. Maybe
oh,
again, like,
yeah.
maybe they win, like people will kind of like put that to the side. But I just don't think it's effective, and I expect different for playoffs, where teams might actually be like looking into more strategic builds, because teams are going to come out swinging. I know
Yeah.
these teams are all they're like, especially these
Speaking
two
of
teams are, they're.
swinging, no.
I would like to see Royal swing that bat and just one shot people. Um, um, which he probably will do because his damage is really gross. Um, but yeah, we're gonna be seeing both of these teams in playoffs. They're definitely high up there in terms of some of the best teams we have in this league, and
Oh,
I'm expecting.
no idea getting picked by the hand of Noxus, but gonna sneak out of that one just barely. But
And
yeah,
you
definitely some
already see
weird
that
itemization
damage.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah, and I expect teams to come in with a really good mentality into playoffs. I mean, those games do mean a lot. They mean more than regular season. And I'm hoping that some of these teams can kind of reflect back on some of these games and see where they made the mistakes, or itemization mistakes, and even vision mistakes, or even objective mistakes, specifically with George Foreman kind of giving up a lot of those dragons in that previous game and having it sort of scale
Oh,
out of control.
Kern call falls onto Lucan as he is going to be grabbed by the hand as Wheelie's going to pick up that kill. Another needless death for the side of George Foreman Grill. Now it's going to be Royal taking his fourth tower of the game. Importantly, Zizzer's Doves has his QSS, so he can get out of the death realm as possible. But Sean is waiting there to stop the flank. Even now, Wheelie going 1v1ing Zizzers almost. Not quite being gonna flash out, but Twisted Advance is gonna come finish the job. Hall of the Forge God comes into all of them. Now they're onto Bog. Wrath of Nature's coming out, but it looks like Arvida is just gonna leave his teammate Bog to die. Bog getting shot down like a dog in the street. I'm gonna keep making that joke until someone laughs. And it's a
Oh
three for
my.
one for the side of Chaos Reformed.
Okay, Stefano. Okay. Um. Um. But yeah, I mean, uh, it's hard to put into words as to what
Oh,
is
as
going
they
on.
even now they're diving the tower. It looks like Next is going to be falling down. Royal is so huge on this Mordekaiser. He's tanking turret and killing all of them at the same time. 7-1 unstoppable. Even now looking to fight more, as so is Arvida, but it's going to go wide. Royal flexing with the music a little bit, and Lucan giving him some love taps goodbye. Not going to be enough. but a nice swing for the side of Casual Reformed, now up 5,000 gold in face of what used to be a 6-0 Lucian. Casual Reformed showing that they can play from both ahead and behind.
Yeah, I'm just again, I don't like using the word disrespect, but I feel like there's still been a little bit of disrespect on the side of George Foreman with the amount of damage that um Wheelie has been putting out, Royal specifically is putting out. There's no reason for you to be pushing up with no vision on your red side, especially mid. There's no reason for you to be there. There's like I think there's gonna be they're definitely gonna have to reflect on this game of their
Oh,
positioning.
flash right
Um,
out by Sean. As Kern Call comes down, no ideas coming in, but the Tagster comes in from PvP. Wrath of Nature hits two. Ultimate comes set, brings Nagster back into his team. Now it's Royal eating the culling. Gonna ulti Zizzers, but it's too late. Zizzers low HP, but no ideas here just in time. No idea is now gonna be hitting Nagster, but no idea flashing forward to Lucan. It's just Wheelie versus Bog and Nagster. Wheelie's gonna fall down, and it's gonna be an ace for the side of George Foreman Grill, and disaster for Casual Reformed as they bite off more than they can chew. Before No Idea was even there, Nagster had the teleport available, No Idea didn't, and No Idea had to run his way down from top lane, got barely anything done in that fight, whereas Nagster was able to hit this huge three-man ultimate, swinging the fight and putting George Foreman Grill on sole point.
as I say something that is a little bit, I don't want to say negative, but is a bit of a criticism of George Foreman Grill. They completely turn things around the second that I say that. Maybe I'm cursed. Maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know. But um but I was so confused at that fight because there was no, again, there wasn't that much proper vision in place for George Foreman, but they still were able to come out on top. No Idea flashed in onto Lucan and got instantly one shot. I don't understand why he would do that. And Royal was taken down by Zizzers, and Zizzers is huge right now. He has 3 items. He's got 2-tier boots. He is so strong, and despite Royal also being really strong right now, he was able to kill him with his team, and I think that's exactly what you want to see. Is you want to see good team fighting, you want to see good communication, and really supporting your carries. And we saw that in this last fight. We saw kind of Casual Reform being a little bit not disrespect, maybe a little bit reckless. Like they were kind of, you say we do a lot of damage. It doesn't really matter how much damage we sort of are tanking. We can take it. And or you see a careless flash into when you're low HP as Vayne flashing into the Xerath and getting stunned and die. Like I just think it's not smart to do that, especially because you are a very vulnerable character as Vayne, and without that flash, even without the flash on
We
Wheelie,
see
we didn't have
Sean on the
either.
side now. Culling comes in by Zizzers. Eye of the Arcane going to come in next, but Wheelie, a speedy madman with feet of gold, not being hit by a single one, as now Sean is on the backline. Curtain Call comes up, twisted advance, goes on down onto Bog. Bog's going to have to go golden as the Wrath of Nature comes out, ties up the rest of them. Bog's going to go down shortly, as it's a nice pick with incredibly well vision played by Sean. Even now, we have No Idea coming on the flank, but he is going to decide to back up, and it looks like Baron's on the table for the side of Casual Reformed.
Yeah, just a really good pickup. Wheelie almost died. There's so much damage coming out of this Lucian. He's really scary right now, but his team was there to support him, and Wheelie ends up getting
Oh,
out. But Bog
Royal
does.
going in 1v3. Ghost instantly just ults our Vita, now jungler in the Death Realm. Doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of hope to steal the dragon, but Royal might have bitten off more than he can chew, unable to take down Arvida in time. Death Realm's going to run out, Arvida's going to go golden, and Royal's going to take out Lucan before he dies. Royal's somehow still alive. He's going to take out another one as his team secures Baron. It's going to be a 2-for-2 on the back of Royal, but on the back of his team, they're going to hold the Baron up high as a prize for their victory.
You know, that was really scary. They still end up picking up the Baron, which is great, but and Royal does get 2 kills. I honestly thought he was gonna go down much earlier. He was so low in HP. He got that extra shield and he really healed up, and that was pretty crazy. But we also see that Zizzers got 2 kills there as well, and both Royal and Zizzers right now are so scary. I don't
Z-
know I don't know who I'm afraid of most because they both do a lot of damage. They're both, like, can easily, like, 1v1 anyone right now. I just think if one of them dies on either side, I think it's game over. I don't see another, um player really like standing out doing that amount of damage. I mean, even alone with the calling, like Wheelie was almost dead
yeah. No,
without that help there. Yeah.
definitely would have been. And Zizzers now is almost full build. He just has the QSS instead of a Mercurial, but that's basically full build. But on the other hand, Royal, just after that fight, was able to finish his death cap. So he looks like he's gone somewhere in about 400 to 500 AP by now. Level 17. Going to be absolutely massive as Zizzers goes onto Wheelie. And Wheelie poops his pants a little bit and flashes away. But now, No ID is caught out by Arvidia. Call of the Forge comes in, going to knock up No ID. He's going to get picked for free. Huge misplay by No Idea. He does have TP, but Dragon is spawning soon, and it looks like that's what's in the eye for George Foreman Grill as Royals now on the flank is currently 2v1ing. His Death Realm is going to go on to Bog. Bog's going to go golden, though. He does look like he's going to end up being able to take him down. Conquer is now stacked. He's going to hit them continually. Shield's coming up, but he's not in time, as it now looks like Cash Reformed is just looking to pressure mid lane, having lost two of their members. But Zizzer's Nagster and Arvida are going to stay back with just Lucan to defend. It's going to be on Sean to try to steal the dragon here, but Zizzers is having none of it. Sean queuing away, but Zizzers just following him closely. Even Nagster from over the walls hitting him as a Twisted Advance and Nature's Wrath, as well as the Curtain Call falling to Lucan. Lucan very low HP, but with the happiest defeat. Oh man, Wheelie's going to miss all of them, and they are going to be able to take a Consolation Inhibitor, but now it's a triple Mountain Drag with the Mountain Soul for the side of George Foreman's Grill when they have so many tanks. I have the Arcane now goes down onto Wheelie. He's going to miss two shots and miss the third as well. Wheelie's going to continue to run, but on Bog is running after them with the help of Nagster. Call of the Forge God coming up now is going to be used on Wheelie. Wheelie very low HP is going to be able to do grab it as our Arda's on the back line. Smite comes down, going to slow him more as the ultimate comes down. It's a 3v1. Violation has nowhere to go, and a huge turnaround play by the side of George Foreman Grill with 5 kills for none, as well as the Dragon. Casual Formed is falling apart.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that, even Royal being in that bot lane area, he was able to be somewhat effective, but still ended up going down. No Idea also went down early there as well for no reason. And we saw 2 to 3, actually now 3 kills going over to Lucian in the matter of
Oh,
what, like 5 minutes.
Royal and Sean kind of out in no man's land with two of their teammates dead. It is going to be a flash by our video, but they're not going to have the damage to tank it. Lucan to take them out rather. Lucan's still there, but even now although Casual Formed is scaling up well. Vayne finished her Wit's End. She has 3 items. She should be able to shred the tanks. There's also Ornn on the other side, giving out the Ornn items level 17. He's got 4 available. The 5th is going to come in shortly on what
Yeah.
is going to be the needlessly large, or on the death cap for Lucan. So
Well,
huge
Lucan also
scaling
did
on
a
both teams.
really good job too. Like he didn't go down in mid lane. They got the tower and inhibitor, but George Foreman was able to pick up that next Mountain Drake. And they're just really powerful right now. We see a complete turnaround from game one. Now, while this game is not necessarily one sided, it is much closer. They are still able to pick up that Mountain Drake, and they're definitely ahead in Dragons this game compared to last. And I like the turnaround, and I also like the fact that Zizzers seems to be very comfortable on the solution.
Mm.
And he's doing really, really well right now. But I still think that, it's going to come down to the team fighting. It's going to come down to good communication, setting up some good vision, especially around Baron, which is coming up in less than a minute. And yeah, I'm just, you gotta kill the solution and you gotta kill this Mordekaiser. It's one or the other. It's just such a flip flop. You don't really know what's gonna happen, but yeah, there's just and again, like we now see again, I have to criticize. There's a Randuin's Omen now
Oh, they're
for
going for the pick on Royal. Hand of the Arcane comes down. Hex Flash comes on out by Arvidia. Now Royal's going to start beating him up, healing lots from his Conquer. Not going to quite be able to take him down, but the Death Realm's going to come out. He is going to take him down. He's now going to go golden himself, but surrounded in a 4v1. He's going to flash out as the ultimate comes down from Sean, but Call of the Forge God, Royal getting a double kill in what is effectively a 2v5 or a 1v5 literally, and now Sean's there just to disrupt the backs. They're going for the end. Sean here with the hero play, trying his best to stop the ports. Lucan gonna try for the TP, but gonna be charged by the stop.
what is
Zizzers
going
is on the
on?
back. There's now 3 of them inside the base. Sean is going down, but with 280 carries and no idea of done it. Unbelievable play. Zizzers going in, but Twisted Advance and Wrath of Nature going on. He is going to take a wheelie, but he's continuing to hit no idea. What more on the in him? And it is
What
going
is
to be
this game?
it is going to be Casual Reformed with a huge XPK play with the 3 of them to take the game and to take the series, and sending a decisive message to Dinsbag, who I know is in the chat. So Dinsbag, be scared for next week. Casual Reformed is looking unstoppable in this series.